Hey, what's going on? Well, it is early November, and I never thought we'd be talking about a hurricane this late in the season because hurricane season normally runs from the 1st of June till November 30th, and we normally don't see hurricanes during the month of November. Usually August, September, that's usually the peak time for hurricane season, but woke up a little while ago and found out that we're now under a hurricane watch because of Hurricane Ida down there near Mexico, and that hurricane's supposed to come through the Gulf of Mexico and could possibly be impacting our area by possibly late tomorrow night, maybe early Tuesday morning. It just depends. You know, there's a lot really goes into play when you start thinking about hurricanes and what all happens with them. Now, I don't really think it's going to be anything too bad. Now, I do think it'll be a little bit more than what we saw with our Tropical Storm Claudette back a few months ago. You know, when I recorded that, I told you it wasn't going to be anything. Well, I think this one will be a little bit more than that, but I really don't think this is going to be like this big major scale of hurricane, where you're going to see major destruction everywhere and things like that. It's probably going to be more or less a rainmaker. And I'm not going to underestimate it, though, because a few days ago I was watching the news and all of our local meteorologists were saying, oh, don't worry about this, it's not going to be that bad. It may be a minimal tropical storm if it even comes through the Gulf of Mexico because the water's too cool out there right now. Well, here it is Sunday and it's a hurricane. So, you really can't underestimate these things too much, but I don't think, that it's really going to be that bad. I think it'll probably be maybe just a big rainmaker, but I'm getting ready to go up to the gas station just a little bit and make sure both of my vehicles are gassed up. And I'm also going to go to Walmart just to get some bottled water, just to have, just some basic necessities around the house just in case I need them. But again, I really don't expect this to be that bad. Alright, now I showed you this before with Tropical Storm Claudette a couple months ago, but this is from the National Hurricane Center's website. And this is a 5-day cone on what they think the storm is going to do. Now, right here, that is where the storm is right now, just off the coast of Cancun, Mexico. And see, this is where it's going to be by, say, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then by 6 a.m. on Tuesday, it should be very near us. Now, Pensacola is right here. So you see where they've got that storm projected to go. And, a lot of people really just focus on where these little dots are on where the storms are going to go, but really it could go anywhere within this cone of uncertainty, as they call it. The meteorologists always say, don't concentrate on right down the middle there, because it could veer off a little bit to this way and go over here to the Big Bend of Florida, or it could go a little bit further west over toward New Orleans. I mean, it could go really anywhere within this cone of uncertainty. So, that's why they always issue these tropical storm warnings and things like that, hurricane warnings. Now, we do have a hurricane watch in effect. That's from the Mississippi-Alabama border, just the east of New Orleans, all the way over to Mexico Beach, which is about right here. So that does include Pensacola, so we're definitely in on that. But this is as of the noon advisory today, so we'll continue to keep you updated and let you know what's happening. It's about 2:40 right now, so we should be getting another advisory from the National Hurricane Center soon. But, I'd like to see that track and that cone move a little bit further off to the east or further to the west. But, right now we're right in the middle of it, so we'll have to see what happens. And, we always do gig logs for gigs, but we'll call this a hurricane log, okay? But I'm going to be taking the camera with me as I get ready to go to Walmart. We'll see if we got a lot of people there, rushing to get supplies and the gas stations and things like that. So we're going to let you in on everything that's going on here, so it'll be almost like you're actually here with us. Alright, here we are coming into the local Walmart right now. I'm actually coming in the back way. We're going to see how crowded it is if I can keep the camera straight here. Just going to go right over here in front of it. Looks like I've got quite a few people here already as I'm looking around. Let's see. Well, it doesn't look as crowded as it would on a normal Sunday afternoon, but I know a lot of people are going to be coming to get hurricane supplies and things like that. Hopefully I'm going to be avoiding the rush, if you know what I mean. Because a lot of people, I'm sure probably a lot of people don't even know we're under a hurricane watch, but once the word gets out, you got people that are going to be coming here all the time, and just trying to rush and all that stuff, and it's like a madhouse. So hopefully I've avoided all that. Okay, I think I underestimated Walmart. I just went in there and it looked like Christmas Eve. People rushing out to do their last minute Christmas shopping. I think everybody had the same idea that I did, but there were still plenty of supplies left. They had still plenty of batteries and plenty of bottled water and things like that. So, it's we're starting to see the beginning of the rush. But like I said, this isn't really going to be that bad. But you always want to make sure that you're prepared just in case. I always say prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Just be delighted that it wasn't as bad as it was. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to fill up my gas tank if I don't have to, or I don't want to get bottled water or whatever. Well, the way I look at that, is if we do have a hurricane coming our way, you're going to use that gas anyway. You know what I mean? The food that I got, the canned food that I got, I'm going to eventually eat it anyway. So what's the big deal? That's the way I look at it. Just be prepared anyway. But I really don't think it's going to be that bad. It's not going to be something where they're going to be calling mass evacuations. Now, right over here at Walmart, look over there at the gas station. That's what we normally see around here whenever we have hurricanes coming our way. You can see the lines already starting there, and people getting there to fill up their gas cans and gas tanks and all that good stuff. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to get gas there, but I do need to get gas at another gas station, so I'll be talking to you from there. Alright, I'm sitting here getting gas. The gas station I'm at isn't really filled up that much at all. So anyway, it's not too bad. You see a few people here, but we don't have the big rush that we normally have when a hurricane approaches. So anyway, it looks pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and get gas, head home, and get ready to get some other stuff done. Okay, now I just wanted to showcase some of the various things that you need whenever you have a hurricane coming your way and what we do along the Gulf Coast to get prepared. And one of the most important things you need is right here, and I've got a case of bottled water, and I got this at Walmart a little while ago, and this is one thing that definitely runs low whenever you got a hurricane coming your way, so I definitely make sure I've got plenty of bottled water. Another thing you need to make sure you have, candles, and of course a lighter. You never know when the power's going to go out. You want to make sure you have lights. You need plenty of flashlights too. See, make sure I got flashlights ready to go, and so I'm good to go as far as that goes. Now, something else you need to make sure you have in mind or have in your supply: canned goods. Now look at this. I went and got a bunch of canned goods today, and probably won't need them, but you know what? This will make a good lunch later on. Let's say I got some Chef Boyardee, some maybe season 1, 2, 3s, and just different things you need to eat on in case some chicken noodle soup, in case the power goes out. You're not going to have access to your microwave to be able to cook. If you have a grill, you may be able to grill outside, but yeah, for the most part, you need to get a lot of canned goods. That always helps out. And they usually recommend getting about 2 or 3 days worth of food. Now, you also need a battery-powered TV or radio. Now, I've got plenty of battery-powered TVs, but since the analog shut off back in June, my battery-powered TV isn't really going to do me too much good during a hurricane. So what I do is I have to rely on a battery-powered radio. Now, this particular radio here, this is brand new. I've never tried this one out before. But it's got a place in here where you can put some batteries in the back, but also right here on the side, if you notice this, it's got a hand crank, okay? And I'm just going to kind of demonstrate on how this particular radio works. But basically, you crank it up like that. I don't know if you can hear the music or not, but you can hear some music coming out of there. And you turn it on and you flip it to whatever radio station you want it to go to. And, like I said, you have to crank it for a little bit. There we go. But I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and crank this thing all night long. But that's how that's basically how you charge this this particular radio up, and you use that hand crank, and it'll work without batteries. So anyway, that's something pretty neat. Always need to have that. But I do have a couple other battery-powered radios as well. So that's kind of what you need. When you prepare for a hurricane, you kind of prepare for like you're going camping. Basically what you take if you're going to be going out in the woods, you're not going to have electricity. That's kind of the stuff you would need for a hurricane.